In this video, I'm going to show you how I carved a tree spirit in a standard number 2 pencil. This is a really fun project to practice your knife skills. I start by putting a stop cut and a curved line about 3/4 of the way down the pencil. I remove a real thin layer of paint and wood. I'm really careful not to go too deep because you don't have a lot of room to work with in these pencils. Once I'm happy with the amount of material I moved away, I draw a little squiggly line that will be my nose and eye sockets. I put a nice stop cut, trying to make real even marks all the way around. Again, I'll probably say this 100 times in this video, but I'm not going too deep because you'll definitely hit the graphite. I then draw in little lines where I want the mustache to be. I've been liking these long mustaches that kind of run out on the side. After I draw on the mustache, I put in the stop cuts and just start removing some of the wood. I do the same around the cheeks so I can give the impression of the beard going up. I also give some hair that'll be sitting under the brim of his hat. Once I'm happy with the placement of the lines, I make stop cuts all around and just take real little chips out to start giving shape to the cheeks, defining the hair, and then finding the brow line above his nose. Next, I pencil in where his hat will be and put a nice heavy stop cut in along the edge of the hat. I do the same along the brim, being really careful not to knock off the hairline that I already carved in. As you might notice, I'm really pushing just on the tip of the blade, just to really take a thin layer of the paint and wood off. This is a really good thing to practice, carving in details. I mean, these carvings are kind of just for fun. Something to do if I have like a half hour to kill and I don't want to watch TV, or not ready to go to bed yet and I just want to do something really quick. I figured I'd take a little break from the carving part and just show you how some of these look when they're finished. This one right here is probably my favorite one I've done so far. I just like the way the grain of the wood came out. But I've been doing this for like a couple weeks just for fun, and some of them stink like the ones I just showed you. Sometimes I go to carve a pencil and just a big chunk will come out. It's not that I wasn't careful, it's pencil wood. It's not the best wood to use. Sometimes the graphite is not even in the middle of the pencil, so you hit it really quick. And this one actually is pretty good. I'll have to carve that another day. Back to the carving. I finish up cleaning around the hat, and then I start to prepare the area where the beard will be. I just shave off the paint, a thin layer of wood, and then I use a V-tool to start carving in the details of his long beard. This is a really fun part. It's fun to use the V-tool because you can kind of make the hair overlap over the paint, give it a really cool effect like it's part of the pencil. I'm using a real light 220 grit sandpaper. It's actually like an old used piece of sandpaper. I want something really fine because I don't want to take out any of the details that I've carved in. This just gets away some of the fuzzies and just kind of smoothens out the areas that I want smooth, like the cheeks and the hat. So after I sand, I go back to my knife and I just reinforce some of those detail cuts I made. I kind of deepen the eye sockets. I can kind of push as far as I can. If I get a little bit of graphite in the corner of the eye, it actually kind of gives it a cool effect, so it's good to get those details just a little bit deeper. So I do the same thing with the nose, his mouth, under his beard, and then I start using a wood burning tool to do the same thing. I start just defining some of the details. Now, you don't have to do this step, but I think it's fun. I use a real low heat, and I'm just really careful I don't hit that paint because I know they say they're non-toxic, but I don't want to breathe those fumes in. It's also good using this low heat. It still gives it darkens the wood enough that it makes the details pop out. Remember, this is a pencil, so any details that you put are going to be really small. So anytime you can enhance it, I think it helps. I use the Howard's Feed and Wax just to bring out the details and kind of preserve the wood a little bit. And there he is, all finished. Now, I know this isn't the most fancy carving you'll ever see, but it's a really fun project to practice your knife skills and even to give them out to your friends or colleagues. Something cool to look at. Thanks for watching.